at some point the live stream will start, but I don't know when that is because it doesn't appear to be on the other monitor. You could say monitor, couldn't you? Because I'm using the tablet to review things, to keep an eye on proceedings, to watch who's here, to see how things are going, etc. Here I am, Mr. Mustard, in the kitchen. I'm still not here. And now, yes, I am here. Right, jolly good. Jolly good indeed. Right. Okay. Now, when you press the live thing, there's a really big, stupid delay for some reason. I mean, a really big delay. I used to think that what would happen is you press the live stream and it goes, we're on, we're connected to the entire world. But for some reason, nah, it doesn't work like that. Then I thought it might be a few seconds, then maybe even 10 seconds. But that then was more like a minute and a half. Amazing, eh? You probably think I'm late. I'm not late. It is the live streams issue. Right, now, last time I was doing one of these, somebody said to me, have you wearing a microphone underneath your t-shirt? And I said, yeah, because it kind of disguises it slightly. But, you know, so I thought today I'll just stick it there. But it looks really stupid. I mean, it really looks stupid, doesn't it? At least if it's covered up ever so slightly with a t-shirt, then it doesn't look as stupid. Yes. But one advantage to having it there is that I can see when, if for some reason it fails, it just goes off. So I'm going to put it back. I was about to stick it back underneath, but then I wouldn't notice the blue light. See, there's a blue light on there. That tells you that it's on, it's working, and it's connected to the receiver. And the receiver has a blue light on as well that tells you that it's on and connected to the device, which it is. So there we go. Now, what of tonight? What are we going to do tonight? Or more to the point, well, I was going to say more to the point, what am I going to do tonight? But it's not just about me, is it? I'm just a man in the kitchen. That's all I am. I'm just a hairy man with a crinkled up t-shirt and a bit of a beard, which I did give a trim today that you probably wouldn't notice, in the kitchen, doing kitchen things. You don't really belong in the kitchen unless you're prepared to do things in the kitchen. Well, what do you do in the kitchen? There are not many things you do in the kitchen, are there? Cooking, eating, washing up after you've cooked and eaten, sweeping the floor after you've made a mess on the floor through doing some cooking, using the washing machine, oh yeah, using the fridge, also cooking related, observing the fish tank, feeding the fish, walking around the table, sitting at the table, chopping things up in preparation for food, filling the cupboards up with food. These examples could go on forever, and none of them are that interesting. But that's besides the point, because you're here and I'm here, and there are 11 people here at the moment that for some reason, there are 8 people here just at the moment that for some reason are ever so slightly interested. And rather than question why they'd be interested in such a thing, I'm just going to accept it and go along with it and try and be happy and encourage you all to like this live stream by pressing the like button. Yes, oh yes indeed, yes. I'm getting ever closer to the half monetization thing, but the next live stream I'll put the number in there as to what it was. I forgot all about that number up until before when I saw the live stream. Today I just thought I'm just gonna call it something of what it's all about, which is bad food and a finger injury. Might as well tell you, it's true, that finger did get injured today. That did. I injured that finger on a wheel, and it's, I don't know if you can see, can we compare one to the other? Can you see that one is, yeah, you can definitely see that that finger is quite a bit fatter than the other one. It was painful. I don't ever want to do that again. I did it with a wheel. And some clumsiness. I had the front of the Rover 75 on the jack, the car called Charles. I went to investigate a slight knock going on within the suspension And to test the top mounts, I grabbed hold of the wheel and just sort of pulled it up like that. And of course the wheel moves, doesn't it? And the wheel moved, and it went in between that. I had hold of the alloy like that. I went up to the brake caliper and twang, and I did some shouting. Yes, I did. You're not used to me shouting, swearing, any of those kind of things. But on that occasion, I did. I should have recorded it so you could have, had the proof there. Who'd want to listen to that though? Who indeed? It was jeffing painful, I can tell you. Right, so just in front of me are some things I will be cooking, and I'm very sorry, but it is something similar to what I've done again. But this time, the motivation is that I had some Chinese curry yesterday, and I was entirely disappointed with it. I've had a few disappointments recently. One was the local Chinese chippy, quite near here. I always enjoyed their food from, and I had a Chinese their curry with chips, and I thought, I'm sure it used to be much nicer than this. So that's why I decided to make my own, and my own was nicer. That's what I'm going to say. And then, whilst doing some shopping and picked up a couple of easy things just to cook later on, I bought a pizza base thing, a garlic and cheese pizza base. Cooked that as part of our evening meal, and it was bland. I mean, seriously, I thought, where's the garlic? Where is that cheese? Not that I really want cheese on it in the first place, but the one thing you did want, or I wanted, was the flavour of garlic and bread. And as it goes, none of it really were present. It was just kind of tasted a bit like bread. And then, finally, the thing that's really done it for me is, let me show you something. I've got some noodles and a sachet of sauce like this from Morrison's. This one is a sweet and sour stir-fry sauce, which I'm going to use afterwards to see what it's like. But just in case it's not very good, I'm going to have my curry on standby as well. Yeah, because I had one of these sachets and it was katsu curry. I thought, I've always, I really fancy that. And I did it with some noodles last night, and I was just not in the slightest bit impressed at all. I just thought it's just so missing flavour. Why is it missing flavour so much? I know Morrison's aren't exactly known for Chinese food, but come on. Surely they could have done better than that, or surely they could have paid somebody to do better than that. It's highly disappointing. Now, I do a great deal of cooking myself in the first place, which is exactly why I am here in the kitchen doing this thing quite a lot. But sometimes you don't have time to cook, and sometimes you don't have the motivation to cook. And it would be nice to know that there are some things you can fall back on that you can still eat and will be rather nice. So that makes that very disappointing. Let's see who is here with me tonight anyway. Unfortunately, I have waffled on ever so slightly there, and I may be just about to be told that, we can't hear this. There's no sound. Let's find out. Hooked on Classics is here. That's Simone. And I say, hello, Simone. Hi, Simone. Hello, Simone. Evening P. Right, hang on. Top. All messages is what we want. We've gotten that one straight away. The Greenwood. Good evening all, and hello to Mustard. I see Doom Dolly has been up her usual tricks again on the cover picture. And I hope she wasn't the cause of your finger in... yes, I see. I forgot about the Doom Dolly. I just wanted something else to put in there. Now, you think that little dolly's creepy, right? Don't you? Everybody does. But those two, they don't see anything creepy about it at all. But no, obviously nothing to do with that. Hello, Peter. Hello, Trace. Mustard cream, says Phantom. Not sure why. Banana Boy is here. Hello, Banana Boy. Patriot number 1, Mustard Avin. And Patriot number 1, I think, is Avin Ashit. Hello, Banana. Hello, Patriot. Greenwood. Hello, hello. I had to I had to refresh multiple times to get the picture to work, says the Greenwood. I wonder why that is then. What's cooking? Asks Dave Smith. Well, currently it's going to be. I'm going to do a really spicy Chinese curry with pork and noodles, rice with peas, and sweet and sour. So that sounds like I'm doing quite a bit tonight, but most of it's already cooked. Oh, right, okay. Solace of Lyra, or Lyra. Greetings, Captain. How's life? All shipshape and Bristol fashion. Nearly all of it, yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Rodney. Oh, Rodney. Smashing Pistons is here. Hello, Smashing Simons. And in he says, what do people do in the kitchen? Let's hope not everybody answers, or everyone answers. Yeah. What do you mean everyone? Well, not. Yeah, we don't want everyone to answer, do we? Just a few. Just a few that I can read out. Right. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's put a question out there already, and I may be asking for trouble here. But what is the weirdest thing you've ever done in the kitchen? Exactly. Let's see who dares to answer that one. I'm watching you from the kitchen. The table won't fit. Welcome to Mustard's Takeaway, says Dave Smith. Have a sarda. Have a sarda's laughing about something. Welcome. Also, hello everyone. How the devil are ya? Fingering in the kitchen, says Peter P. Exactly that. I've done. Well, that kind of finger. The other thing is, I will say that I've done lots of fingering in the kitchen and the bathroom and in other places because, of course, that is the word for placing the digits on the neck of your guitar. So let's not get any ideas. Hi, mashing pistons. Mashing. Lol, 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 mashing pistons. Have got a green day. Yesterday, says smashing. Hooked on classics. You say we'll, says Dave Smith. I say you sat on it while it was on your bum. Oh, right. No, it probably would have been all right then, wouldn't it? I have a toothache today, says Simone. Oh, that's a shame. Toothy ache, Sort your teeth out. Don't let them go wrong. That's what I say to everyone who tells me they have a toothache. But then again, if you've got a toothache, it's usually a problem by then. Upon the Thames. Hey Paul, how are you? I'm okay upon the Thames. Have you joined in the live stream for the duration? Have you liked the live stream? Has anybody else not liked it? Of course they have. There's only 5 of you that have done. That's terrible. 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 Oh, your host needs more than this. Simon, I meant 2 different posts. Whoa. Okay. My mother used to keep her pile cream and tampons in the kitchen, says the Greenwood, which was 3 floors below the bathroom. Trying to think of a pun to it, Simon. Patriot number 1 says my mum would do the same with tampons and suntan lotion in case we had any sunny periods. Yobby Mason. Say BBC, mate. Yes, BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation. I've been asked to say this one before because many people think that the BBC are not quite as nice as they'd like to be seen to be BC. But they are. They employed lots of really lovely people, such as Ken Bruce, Terry Wogan, not so much Vernon Kay, but lots of really cool people are associated with BBC, aren't they? I'm crying now, Simon. I'll hit send and realise I told you personally about my mother's weird kitchen habits, says the Greenwood, in that voice as well. Oh, well. Do you like pint, mate? Asks your boy Mason. Your boy Mason. Pints? Do I like pints of beer? Yes, I do. In fact, I don't mind half pints of beer, or any kind of size, really. But you might mean something else. George. Hello, peeps. Hello, peeps. Pasta night must have been horrible, Greenwood. And who's this? Plug Gucci Bees T Gamer. Plug, I've got to call you Plugoo. Plugoo, if you're still here, welcome to the live stream, and do stay, because without people that I don't know coming into the live stream, it's never going to go anywhere, is it? I remember when mustard was wider and less tall, say Smashing Pistons. I think it was back in the days of landscapes. I do landscape videoing all the time, every day in fact. Every day, almost every day. If a day goes by where I'm not doing some sort of videoing, I can happily be punished for it because I must do it. I am compelled to make video. Without making video, I wouldn't be making video, and that's why I do them every day. You know I do. You've seen me do them every day. Most of the time, I'm perfectly tall. Right? Oh, squat. Charlotte C is here. Good evening, Mustard. Everyone here, trust you are well. Welcome, Charlotte. T's indeed, Mustard. TIs. How many biscuits are in the kitchen? Asked Ujudge. Well, I would say probably about 8. I reckon about 8 biscuits. That's more than enough, isn't it? Any more than that would be a packet. And if you've got a packet of biscuits and you accidentally open them, you're going to probably eat most of them, which isn't a good idea. Let's see if this works. Rewind selector. Rewind selector. Boaty's World is here. What's the most dangerous animal you've ever fingered? Oh, what an interesting question that is. And I don't know how to answer it. I don't even know how to start answering that one. So let's not bother. But let's keep that kind of questioning on your live stream, Boaty. And I'll see you there when you do it. I washed the replacement. Well, I thought you said wig then. I washed the replacement wing for the Cortina in the kitchen. Why not? Why not? Now, for many men, Simone would be the perfect lady to live with because she is interested in cars, classic cars, getting her hands dirty, welding, and now washing Cortina wings in the kitchen. You can't really improve on that, can you? That's perfect. What a wonderful thing to do. Weirdest thing I've done in the kitchen, test the thermostat from a K series. By simply dropping it into some boiling water, although it doesn't really work because it has to be properly boiling. In fact, it has to be over boiling, really. So if you have a jug of water and then you bung in the boiling water, put in the thermostat, it's not going to be hot enough to make it open. Or did you not find that? Hi, Boaty. Disinterested car girl is here. Hey all, how are we all tonight? Oh, well, we're all fantastic. I'm going to speak for everybody in this instance. Normally I would just say, I'm okay, but I don't know how everybody else is. But tonight I'm going to say, everybody's fine. Absolutely everybody's fine. And if they tell you otherwise, they're not ow. Do you ever squeeze your glasses like that for no reason other than to hear that kind of creaky sound? Which, why would you want to hear something creaky? I just did it then and it hurt my finger doing it. So I won't be doing this again. My dad was BBC, says Greenwood. And oh yes, of course he was, yeah. Disinterested cargo says, I am indeed slowly disintegrating. Mandy Carter is with the BBC. She's cool, says the judge. See, the thing is, whoever it was that asked whether I like BBC or not, there's your response. Lots of people like it. BBC is Botswana Broadcasting Corporation, isn't it, says Simon. No, not this channel, maybe Boats channel. BBC, that's just rude. It's not. Well, unless you really prefer the independent channels, then it's not right, then it's rude at all, is it? 30 years BBC and a lifetime member of the BBC Club, says Greenwood. Stop it, Greenwood. Why? No, carry on. You carry on with it. Why not? You know, it might look like you're showing off that your dad was actually high up in the BBC, but, well, if he was, tell everyone. Why not? I don't mind. Yes, Tracy, don't go telling everyone about our father was BBC. No, carry on. It's fine, honestly. It's fine with me. It really is. I used to make mixing desks and audio equipment for the BBC, say Smashing Pistons. Yeah, see? Perfectly good. Trace, that's TMI. Mighty, or Jimmy Mighty Quinn is here and says, hi Dave. I'm not called Dave, I'm called Mustard. But thank you anyway. Welcome, Jimmy. Did you see your dad's BBC broadcast? Asks Dave Smith. I'm sure she did. Hello, Jimmy. Hello, Jimmy. Hello. And then Moto Foods says, "I Mustard. What are you, Randy? What Randy are you making today?" Well, I don't know what that is, but I'll just say something really good, actually. What wheeled machines you got there? Hello. Oh, Jimmy says, hello, Paul. And he might be talking to me or somebody else who wants to be called. Smashing Pistons audio equipment. Really, my dad was a sound engineer before your time. How old is Simon, though? I bet he's older than you think he is. If he's got a beard, hasn't he? If a man's got a beard, he must be at least 45. That's the truth. And look, I've caught up the comments, which is exactly what I wanted to do. Mustard, BBC can mean something dodgy. No, forget about all the corruption stuff. It's probably not true. I think you should take that driving job. Could be challenging. Could be a challenge. It probably isn't. In fact, the challenge, Dave, with these driving jobs is actually tolerating the transport managers and the agency in the first place. That I should have said that in the video. Why didn't I think of that at the time? Black curtains, boring, bland curry. Yes. How is daylight and dusk here? At the same time. I used to love visiting the BBC. The tea lady was very friendly. 48, me, or am I? I don't know. Have you roasted any? Have you roasted? I can't read that because I don't want to. Now, okay, let's change the direction of the camera ever so slightly now because, well, I'm here to do some cooking. I'm here to do some eating once I've finished. I'm here to do some cooking. I'm here to do some cooking. I'm here to do some eating when I've finished. And I'm going to have some beer. I'm going to have some beer tonight because I've got a couple of beers left over from a barbecue I went to a couple of weeks back that are the ultimate in having absolutely no chance whatsoever of getting you drunk. I'll show you. I've got one a bit like this at work, but it's called Argus. This one here, St. Bertin from Lidl. 250 millilitres of 2.6% alcohol. How many of those would you have to have before you even began to feel the slightest bit tipsy? I can tell you, it's more than one, more than four, more than five. I don't know. You can't drink it quick enough for it to do anything before it just comes straight back out. But if it's nice and cold, it's all right. It's not too bad. You wouldn't want to put it into a glass because it would lose too much of its fizz and then too much of its superficial flavour. And that really wouldn't work at all. No, it wouldn't. But has anybody ever tried this stuff? From Lidl, I think it was 10 bottles for £2.69. That's cheap. I mean, there's nothing to it, but £2.69, which makes that 27 pence a bottle. 27 pence a bottle. That's cheap. Beat that in this day and age. No, don't go back 30 years and say, well, you used to be able to buy a Tennent's or what have you, or Skoll, or one of these other things, and they only cost 25 pence. And the cans were bigger than that. No, because it doesn't work like that. Time increases costs of absolutely everything. You know that though, don't you? I'm going to spill tea down my finger. Oh. Every time I get any kind of pressure on it, it really, really hurts. What do you reckon I've done? I've not broken it, I can still bend it. But as you can see, it is definitely fatter than the other one. Can you actually do something to your finger that isn't breaking it, but it's kind of similar? Anybody know? Anybody know? Well, I'm going to start doing my cooking, but I'm going to go back to the comments again now, because as soon as I stop reading out comments, people start writing them, don't they? And then they're awfully rude if I didn't read them out. I've only been going for, 24 minutes so far, so I should do, shouldn't I? Yeah. Oh, look, a wonderful horseshoe is here. That's where we got to. Plenty of milk, says Dave Smith, but what for? I don't know. Same age as me, Simon. Just a little public service announcement, says Simone of Hookton Classics. I'm hoping to get a new film out in the next few days on your channel. Cool. Boring bland curry. Not in Mustard's kitchen. No. And then Wonderful Horseshoe appears and says, hi, Mustard. And hello, Wonderful Horseshoe. What a wonderful horseshoe day it is. Oh. Emma, I started filming in April, so I hope it does well. That is quite a long time. Is this like the collection of bits from when you start a project off, and then it takes that long, so there's no point in putting the bits out in the meantime? You may as well stick it all together for one decent length film. Which is something, if it is, something I've had a go of doing, and it never really seems to work, because I forget what I've done. I forget where I've got to, and then I lose my flow somewhat. And the only way I could make that work really would be to do less actual talking, but just take shots of things as I go along, and then just to talk some nonsense over the top of it. Greenwood says, I added everything I needed to pork oven bake thingy in my Tesco order. Everything turned up except the pork. Great. So now I have the ingredients for a veg and apple bake. Looking forward to it, running behind and filming at the moment, says Smashing Pistons, the terror. Obviously, for the likes of Smashing Pistons, it actually turning out consistent films is a bit more difficult with working full time. I do my filming whilst at work, and it does get in the way of work somewhat. But then again, I often end up being motivated to do work on a particular thing just so I can film it. Never works out. Patriot number 1, a Christian friend of mine said that sex between two men is wrong in their eyes. I said, you. What happened to the leftover biscuits from the bake-off session? Asks Charlotte C. Somebody will know. Beer, beard, curry, says Dave Smith. Well, yeah, that's certainly tonight, yeah. I am new to YouTube involvement, and it's currently taking far too much of my time, says a disinterested car girl, and then says, who knew? You did. That's who. The Greenwood, hello, wonderful. That beer is shite, according to Jimmy Mighty Quinn. Well, it's not supposed to be brilliant. It's just better than nothing. Have you tried it, Jimmy? Do you know it's shite? Of course you have. You might have chipped a bone or probably just damaged the soft tissue. Well, yeah, see, I don't know, if you chip a bone, don't you end up like with, doesn't it end up going purple? That's what I would have thought. I thought it'd been really purple and then exceedingly painful. And it is painful, but it doesn't really feel like I've gone that far with it. But who knows? Right then, let's do a beer review, shall we? I've got the other one out and bung that in the fridge so it doesn't freeze. Because when it does freeze, down with it to freeze. Now, the start of the beer review of the beer called St. Bertin. Imported premium lager. Imported premium lager. Bottled in France. And on the back of most beers, it will start telling you about all of the flavours that it has and what to expect, the full ingredients, and the experience you can enjoy if you just happen to have taste. If you can use your palate effectively, you can find these different subtle flavours on the go. With this one, it doesn't bother, and there's a good reason for that, and you all know what it is. It's like fizzy water, basically. But it does have a bitter aftertaste. And that's the bit that we like beer for the bit that you have to learn to like when you're growing up. And if I was to award this beer a mark out of 10, I'd have to consider the cost of it. Yeah, the cost of it, and that's really it. And so with the cost of it, I'm going to give it 6 out of 10. But then again, could it be more? Because the cost of it, remember, that is 27 pence for that. I can afford to drink one of these. 27 pence is not a lot. Imagine if you just had one of these a day. Right, that's the beer review over. Where are we up to? Ah yes, my bone chipping possibility. Right, I think you've accidentally made your finger turn into spam. That would be why it hurts. Smashing pistons. What was you doing, Boaty, with your finger? Thanks, Jimmy. We Are Vegan is here. Had to swoop in and hear that you're cooking meat and talking about BBC. Big black cocks. No, I'm not talking about that. Come on. I'm a grown-up. I don't need to think about things like that, do I? Yes, Mustard. Over an hour. Do you find, Simone, I'm going to ask you this one, a personal, well, a question from me to you. Do you find that they work when you have a video that long? Do you find that many people watch them all the way through? I have this worry about videos and their length. I don't really want them to be any less than 10 minutes, but once they start creeping over 17 minutes, I worry that they'll make people lose interest. And that's with what I consider to be quite a bit of editing and just effort gone into making them in the first place. The longest video I think I have is something like 26 minutes, would be one of the yard walk around videos where as it's going along different things are happening. But I do think no one's really going to be that interested in watching this all the way to the end. Or do you in fact find the opposite, where the longer videos, obviously they give you more watch time, but you find that more people are interested in watching them because they're getting better value for their money? Please answer if you can. How long is that longest you've made a car without washing it? How long is that? How long is that longest you've had a car without washing it? The real Captain Mustard. Oh. No, you're not coming down here tonight. I told you. No, you stay upstairs. You stay upstairs. You stay up. Typical. Typical. They had a clear instruction and they have both gone against it.
No, she went to look for a cheese bar.
Well, why do you need that?
She just does.
The longest I've gone without washing the car, I think that might be a BMW 530D that I had, a Touring as well. It would have potentially, I thought this was a great car, and I went quite a way to go and collect it. But at the time, I was looking for a decent sized family car. This was going back about 8 years, I think. And I was thinking about the cars I could have. The Volvo V70 was a choice, and the Rover 75 Estate. But kind of whittled it down to 530. I thought that would be perfect for what I want it for. But it wasn't. No, you're not staying down here. I've told you, you can't stay down here tonight. Come on, up you go. Up you go.
I'm just watching.
No. Last time you said I'm just going to sit here and watch, and then you ended up at the table, then you're getting things out, then you ended up interrupting. So come on.
I'm just here to watch.
No, you go upstairs. No, you go upstairs.
Stop.
Come on. Come on. You got to go. Come on.
Don't want to look for.
Come on.
Oh, you stop.
Come on. Up here. Come on. Come on. Olivia, come on. No, go upstairs.
Right, come on, please, Piggy Paw.
Right, look, you've told you can't come in here tonight.
Everything's okay. Come on, you could go. Yeah. Pardon? It's not all the way upstairs because you've got me and you with you.
Come on.
Okay? Come on. I'll do some reading.
Come on.
Stop sitting back on your bed.
Go up your hole, please. Come on. See you in a bit. Oh. Now, who's going to say, oh, don't be cruel, let them stay down here? You know they're like, they'll just take over. They'll take over, it won't be my live stream any longer, it'll be theirs. If they want that, they can have their own YouTube channel. Oh yeah, so that was it, the 5 series, I reckon probably the one, because I just didn't like it. And it was rusty, it had a rusty tailgate, the paint was bad all over it. I didn't realise how bad this car was until I actually bought it. And I just thought washing it doesn't make it look any better, so I didn't bother. I like your window, Captain. They're almost as good as French ones. It's quite a nice window, you're right. If 2 vegans had an argument, would it still be considered a beef, asks Patriotic number 1. I've heard that one before. What? Mustard turning into E.T.? Right, my brother chipped a bone on his toe and it wasn't a funny colour. He just had trouble walking on it. Best beer is red wine. Stephen S. Paul. Stephen S. Paul is here. Hello, Mustard, and the rest of you. Welcome, Stephen S. Paul. What time is it? It's noon. It's time to eat. Where is it? Sausages. The French can't make beer. Wine, yes. Good point, I suppose. But I'm sure that there's going to be one or two French independent beer makers that make the effort. I mean, it's right next door to Belgium, and they can make beer. They make some really interesting beers in bottles a bit like that, but they are much stronger with much more things going on, don't they? So I'm sure they could if they really wanted to do. Someone broke my finger when I was a youth, says the Greenwood, and my whole hand went black. Ooh, sounds rather nasty. Back in the 90s, says Disinterested Car Girl, when we would all go back to someone's house after the pub closed, we would have several crates of blonde brow beer, which looked just like that, everyone would say it. Oh, it was shit, but cheap, and nobody after the pub cared. Well, they wouldn't do, would they? They wouldn't do. Now, the other night, Friday night it was, I went over to my mate Kev's house. I've known this chap for over 30 or 35 years. I've known him. Jesus Christ. 35 years. Wow. Anyway, I was working in a music shop in Rochdale called Dr. Rock, and he happened to just come in, and we just ended up chatting a bit, and we just was instant friends. It was a weird one, a bit like maybe what you might say with Boaty, except that Kev is well, a lot less abusive. Well, I mean, he's not, but he's in a different way, and we just hit it off straight away, and then we ended up being sort of guitar buddies and stuff like this, and we used to play and being very, very competitive with guitar. But we don't bother with that anymore. I just go around his house from time to time, and we just spend all night chatting and making each other giggle, right up until nearly 6:30 on Saturday morning. And these beers are what I took with me, and a couple of others, but I made sure that I didn't take anything too good, because I just get wrecked. You drink some of these, especially when you get to that point where you've had enough beer, you can carry on drinking these and you're fine. Maybe if Boaty wants to save money, you can drop the wine and drink those cheap beers instead, says disinterested cargo. He's never going to do that, is he? Come on. You give it 6, you must be pissed. No, only for what it is. For a beer of that cost, I don't know of anything any better. Broken finger, is it your bum wiping hand? Well, yes, it is. It is actually. I have most of my viewers stay for the whole thing, says Hooked on Classics. Well, that's good then, isn't it? And Jotty, is it Yachty or Jotty Kanak? I'm Yachty or Jotty from India. Welcome. And Louise Chillers, which is Marcus, actually. I've not seen your name for a little while. Hi, everyone. I just wanted to say that I'm moving to another country, and also must keep up the great work. Thank you very much. Name Me -1 is here. Hello. Name Me -1. It's Simone plus Cortinas. 1 hour is not too long. That's very nice of you to say. Plop's Garage. So what's this all about, this BBC? Well, we've been through all that before. Hello, Plops. Hey, Nine Me once. Mine is in disguise, by the way. I forgot to swap back to my usual account. All right. Have a lovely evening, folks. See you tomorrow night, say Smashing Pistons, who will no doubt be doing his quiz night from, I think, 9 o'clock. I think that's what it is, 9 o'clock. Kids couldn't eat a full one, says Name Me -1. Yes, you'd have to be exceedingly hungry, wouldn't you? So good you said it twice. Disinterested Cargo says, isn't it back to school tomorrow, or is it different up north? It is. Another week off. And that won't stop them anyway. They still want to come down here at this time. I heard you had a job offer, Mustard. Boaty's Chip Shop? No, less the burps. We want some farts tonight. Some good, honest, bottom burps. Children should be in bed by 8 or 6 if you can get away with it. That's a little wrong there, Jimmy. Shall I attempt? Oh, I was going to start doing some stuff over there. And then I saw a couple of comments and I just came up to read them. And that was about 15 minutes ago, I think. Need some more submissions for Squeak of the Week. So yes, oh no, that's encouraging, isn't it? I'm being encouraged to fart. That's never happened. Nobody's ever told me that I should be farting more. Right, so, well, it's 10:30. I don't really intend on eating anything early, but what I do intend on is having lots and lots of food here that I can put into plastic tubs and take to work with me. So I think already the porky stuff might be reasonably well cooked. I'm going to take it out and have a look. Take it out without burning my finger, that would be the... Ow! Ow! I'm not burning my finger, hurting my finger. It's one thing not burning it, but oh gosh. You're going to get bored of me going on about my finger, aren't you? Yeah, it's not properly cooked yet. It's pretty well cooked. But what we want here is for this pork to just disintegrate when you start doing this. There's a lot of water in this actually. Looks more like it's been boiled. With that in mind, it's going to have a lid on now. Because I really want to lose much of the moisture. Try and get it back in there without hurting my finger again. Yeah, that's the trick. Yep, use both hands. Then it's easier. Right, okay, where am I? Where's it going? Where's it going? Right, so the curry stuff. Do that now. Same kind of thing. Some butter. Nice big dollop of butter. I'm going to repeat this. I'm going to repeat this quite a lot for anybody that doesn't know. Butter, animal fats, olive oil, all good. Vegetable oil, no. Just leave it alone. It's not a healthy alternative. The only problem with butter and olive oil is that sort of low flash point where it will burn if you're not careful. So a bit of oil in there does actually stop the butter from burning as much. It won't stop it completely. Really, the best thing, the next time I do some burgers, I will keep all of the oil. Keep the oil off of the mince. Cook with that. It's perfectly good. Perfectly good indeed. So, ingredients: chili powder, coriander, ginger, a tiny bit of fennel, and cinnamon. And then, whoa, wait on there, cowboy, wait on. A couple of things from the fridge as well. Mustard, mustard's one thing, and soy sauce, light soy sauce, and a bit of the sweet chili sauce stuff as well. Yeah, I have no chance of reading any of these comments there. There we go. If I'm not sat down, I can't read comments, so you just have to tolerate me talking to you instead. Hope that's okay. Where's my head hat? Where's my head hat? Where's my head hat? Mustard. Onions and garlic. See, I've already done this. I did this yesterday when I was cooking something. I decided to cook much more onions and garlic than what I really needed, just so I can save some for another day. And that other day has already arrived. What I'm going to attempt to do as well, and this is might be tricky and ever so slightly cheeky of me to even suggest I could do this. But the moment I get a taste of the sweet and sour sauce in there and decide it's not good enough, I'm going to try and improve it. And I say cheeky because, well, it's like saying, oh right, well, I can make something like this better than you can, and I've never even made it before. Yet you've loads and loads of experiences. It would be saying that, except that I'm sure it could be better. But you never know, maybe I'll taste it and go, nope, that is absolutely spot on. That cannot be improved upon. Right, little tiny bit of fennel. Easy to overdo it. Don't go for it. Done all this before. Coriander. Plenty of that. Chili. Plenty of that. Cinnamon. A little bit of that. And then ginger powder. Plenty. Now we can see the contents of the pan. Well, you can't, because it won't tip over. We'll cook this hard just for a moment, and then we're going to go straight in with the liquidized onions and garlic, which, as you can see there, is liquid and rather cold. So the moment I think the spices have had that little bit of a cook, you don't want to overdo the spices because they can go wrong. You can bung in some onion straight away to cool it back down again. Yeah. Oh, I know you bung in the onion. You get more of the flavour, more of the smell coming out straight away. And already we want some more. It's not going to fizzle quite as much now. Oh, right, I'm sorry. Looks like some people got bored and buggered off because I'm cooking. What do you expect? Oh, now a couple have come back. You never know. You just don't know. Actually, it doesn't help that I'm cooking and not showing that I'm doing anything. All you can see is just me stood here rather than stood there. And stood here, look, stood here. You know what I really need to do, actually, is bring home the big tripod. Oh, there's a point. I haven't even put the light on. This is supposed to make things better. That light is not very nice to look at, but that's supposed to make the live stream more like the kind of thing that people will pass by and go, oh, what's going on there? Whereas if it's a dim light, they go, oh, I don't want to know what's going on there. But if it's a good light, they go the opposite. Not that I really believe that, but it's worthwhile a go anyway. Ready for some more? Are we ready for some more in there? Whoa. Oh, come on. Let's have farts instead. I've already said this. That's 6 spoonfuls of onion now. Let's go for 7 and then 8. Whoa. Sorry if anybody doesn't like burping. A rather rude host. we've got to decide what next then, because what I'm going to do is probably there's enough there, don't use all of it up, put this back away, and once the heat comes back up again, just add water, get it to a nice liquidy level and let it reduce, and that will continue helping to sweeten up the bits in there that want sweetening up without doing it falsely. Yeah, falsely. Spoonful of mustard. Spoon and a half full mustard. And straight for the soy sauce. Last time I did this, I think I put a bit too much soy sauce in it, so I'm doing a bit less this time. And then a bit of the sweet stuff. This is the only sugar that's actually going into it is from this. But it does seem to be very nice. Do a mix up of it all. And the only thing is that I always do this. I don't even know what it's going to taste like, but rarely do I find myself with a disaster. So just have trust in your ability to bung something together without knowing what it is. I can do it. Sure I can. Yes. Water. Put things away. I'm not keen on just bunging water in so the whole sauce goes cold. I like to keep it hot. So this, if that goes up to kind of full volume, no, not volume, heat, then as you add some water, it doesn't cool it down too much. And keep it stirring, keep it bubbling, and that should be just right. Oh yeah, the whole point of actually leaving this to simmer is to pull together the flavours and make it a rather nice rounded thing, okay? So having a little taste of it now to see what it's like won't really give away all the information. Green pepper. Green pepper. There's a green pepper. Oh, there's a green pepper. All right. Should I add a bit of green pepper to this to boil in the oil? Yeah. Boil. Just a bit. Green pepper goes with Indian and Chinese curry. And we're back up to temperature there again. Yeah, so if you cook peppers in the watery substance rather than frying them, the flavour of those does tend to get released into it as well. Whereas if you fry them, it kind of, I think it burns off and you can't really taste it so much. So that would be my reason for doing it, rather than if you're going to do like a stir fry or like fried or grilled peppers, fair enough, because you have them like that, but you don't then put them into a sauce, do you? Because it wouldn't work. Waiting for it to warm back up again, and then we'll just do some more comments basically. If you've got some, maybe you haven't, maybe you've finished with talking, maybe there's nothing else to be said. Who knows? We've only been going for an hour. And I've only got 14 likes. Who'd like to predict when I reach this moment of 3,000 watch hours, and then I can apply for things like channel memberships on this channel? When do you reckon that's going to happen, eh? A bit more. And on that, let's put it into simmer. Flip around the camera. There we go. Are we ready? Who's going to get this one? Oh, it was rather uninteresting fart, that. Who got that one? Who won? It's disinterested car girl. Sorry, that's probably not the first one you've had, is it? The only trouble with these is they're so small and so weak that they just don't really last very long. You're just as much chance of getting drunk off a cup of tea. Let's see, where was we up to? Right, I've done quite a bit that's gone on then. That's what we got to. Disinterested car girl saying, I was only going to say, Tracy, come on, Mustard, push a few out, please. Nobody's ever told me I should be farting more. Well, they haven't. That is genuinely the first time anyone's said that. Just don't poop yourself. We are all insured for industrial accidents. If you can squeeze one out and dedicate it to Boaty, it will make an extra funny for tomorrow night. Disinterested car girl. Well, I could have actually just dedicated to him, but he's not here, is he? He was here a bit before, just to say something depraved and immoral. Yes, good one. If you can squeeze one out just to make a fake sound of one. We are pretty desperate. Oh. Well, if I can manage one afterwards, I will just say it is for Boaty. In fact, if you really want to, if I don't manage it, let's just do this. Oh, nuts for Boaty. No project left unfinished, says, take that job, Mustard. Then you can support your family like a real man. Well, I used to do it. Anyway, it wasn't a job. It's an agency looking for people to do work for them. He's already one squeak of reefer. I'm not. I have the whole bundle to choose from already. You're welcome to submit your own name, me -1. Trumelfly massage. Butter has a high amount of cholesterol. Yeah, well, it's cholesterol in itself isn't really a bad thing, is it? Butter's a fine product to use. Butter has been proven to be not really bad for you after all. Just like eggs. But thank you. I'd love to, but Greenpeace keep putting me back on the water. Yeah, exactly right. Dietary cholesterol isn't the enemy, says the Greenwood. There's another contender for Squeak of the Week. Good, wholesome live stream content, this, says Emma Lemon. I mean, disinterested car girl. I don't want to get your name wrong. Oh, right, yeah. So what's all this BBC chat about? This is mustard, not boaty. Well, we're just talking about the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, that's all. Night, everyone. May your dreams tonight be a sympathy of tranquility, orchestrated by the gentle hum of the night, says Charlotte C. What a lovely thing to say. Thank you very much. Have a lovely night, Charlotte. My dad was known as BBC Dave for 30 years. I wish I was called BBC Dave. Would be good for my Tinder profile. Well, you can have that. You could have that anyway, couldn't you? Who dat? Who dat? An unstoppable. Well, I don't know what all those faces are about there. Looks like some sort of game character. Disinterested fart girl. I reckon you'll hit the monetization milestone within this month. And I bet it's while I'm away. Oh, you're going away? Where are you going away to? And why are you going away? Are you going away to a desert? Let's have that other beer out of the fridge, why not? Taking the beer out of the fridge and putting it down my neck. Where's it gone? Oh, the beers are so small you can hide them in the fridge. You can hide them from yourself. Put one in the fridge, suddenly you can't see it any longer. Oh, there it is. Oh, how's that happened? Looks like it started to freeze inside the fridge. Look. It wasn't doing that before. Now it is. I'm rather concerned. School nights, eh? Well, what have I got tomorrow? What have I got tomorrow? Definitely not school in the morning. I'll tell you what I've got tomorrow. I've got, as far as I know, probably Boaty coming round. But when I say as far as I know, he might not be. I don't know if he is or not. We haven't actually discussed anything. I'm going to have a whole week of doing things that might just hinder my progress, which I don't really want. Oh gosh, that is cold. Wow, just woke up after a nap, says Barry Scrotter. Hello, Mustard, Trace and Chat. Wow, just woke up. Well, how long a nap was it, Barry Scrotter? Was it one that was a little bit longer than expected? Big Boaty's chips, says Dave Smith. Oh, I am indeed going to a desert next to a nuclear power station. See, what a good guess, eh? Imagine me just guessing something like that. Hey, hello, going for a dirty weekend. The fridge is always cooler at the back, says Barry Scrotter. Yes, it is. And that was actually where the beer bottle was, at the back. But it shouldn't be colder than the freezer, should it? High trace and exhaust pipe girl. Dirty weekend in a desert next to a nuclear power plant. Romantic. Exhaust pipe girl. Trying a new tent. Any port in storm ever. I will be staying where the land meets the sea. So the only dirt will be the boat tar. Anti-Labcon. Would you rather have a bum for a mouth or a mouth for a bum? I'm sure somebody asked me this one before. I don't mind actually. Either would do. It'd be different, wouldn't it? If you had a mouth for a bum, then you could like literally, do something other people can't, and that'd be great. As long as you're positive about things, you'll end up with more friends than what you would do otherwise, because people will be interested in why have you got this? Why have you got a mouth for a bum or a bum for a mouth? I mean, if you had a bumper mouth, then you might actually repel people somewhat, unless your hygiene standards are really good.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh gosh! But other than that, I think people would be fascinated by you, fascinated by why you are like this, and it'd be just rather. Oh gosh, who wins that one? Let's see. Oh, anti-Labcon. You don't know how lucky you are. People want these farts, and you've just won one. Well done. Well done for joining in the live stream at such a wonderful and critical moment to achieve your own mustard methane nugget. Maybe an hour and 20 sleep after tea. That's more than a nap. Anything more than, I'd say, 25 minutes is asleep. A hole is a hole. Have you been watching South Park? Maybe. Yes, understandable, Simone. I have to go. Sorry, more editing to do. I completely understand that, Simone. Don't leave your editing just to watch a live stream. It's more important that you put a video out there, isn't it? So yeah, go ahead and do it. Go ahead. I'll see you later. And everybody says bye-bye to Simone for basically saying bye-bye, which is, it's nice to say that you're going, so people know that you're going. So thank you, well done. I'd rather have a bumper mouth, because the other way round would mean I'd have to taste my own. Ew. Well, would it? You can't have something that's multifunctional, surely. I mean, it just wouldn't work, would it? If you put food in and you could taste it, then how would the poo come out? I don't understand that. And if it was the other way around, you'd still get the same problem, wouldn't you? Willy Wankrag. I'm going to call you something else instead. Willy Wankrag. Willy Wankrag. That's more like it, isn't it? Willy Wankrag. Welcome to the live stream, and hello. Presumably, you and Jimmy know each other. Off of that. I can't believe YouTube let me get away with this name. Says Willy Wankrag. Well, look at the names of other users, YouTube don't know whether that's a real name or not, do they? It could be. Maybe. If you do a search for somebody's actual name, that could be a real name somewhere. And they can't discriminate just for having a name that sounds something a bit naughty, can they? That just wouldn't be fair. And yeah, also, I suppose that does deserve a mark out of 10. The highest anyone's got so far has been 9 out of 10. So Willy Wankrag, I'm going to give you an 8 for that one. Thank you very much. It's Dave Smith, by the way. Really, Dave. I'm not sure if I would ever have guessed that. Oh yeah, no, it's Willy Wankrag. You don't know him. Smelly Hole is here. Hello, Smelly Hole. Don't forget to like the live stream. Listen, I don't mind if you've got a couple of accounts on the go. If you want to spam and troll the live stream, I'm all okay with that. You know that. But do like the live stream. Come on, get the basics sorted out. Evening, says Barry Scrotter. And now, sorry, we've already done Barry Scrotter. Carl Davis. What a wonderful thing to have Carl here. Not seen you for a while. Except on Facebook, of course. I see you all the time on there. But great, thank you for popping in, Carl. A very good evening, Mustard, and everyone, says Andrew. Buttigieg. The Buttigieg is here. Now, the longer the live stream goes on, a few more of the regulars come along and just happen to say hello. Some of them stay, some don't stay because there's no need to. Yes, the mighty Quinton, 8. Are you disagreeing? You disagree with my marking of this beer. Are you going to tell me that it should be a 4? Eh? Brilliant idea, just like your live say, Smelly Hole. Thank you very much, Smelly Hole. Willy Wang Crag has squirted on the stream. Thumbs up. Hang on. I was just going to stand up and have a little stir of the pot there, but plenty of people stirring the pot as it is. Jimmy Quinn 2. Smelly Hole is definitely one of my YouTube favourite names, says the Greenwood. Yeah, I think it's a very funny name. There's my favourite name so far. What have they been? Pendulous Knocking, I think, was my favourite. That's why I started offering up some points for having decent names. Wonderful Horseshoe is another one. Black and White and Ginger Cat, I think it was, something like that. Oh, I don't know. I mean, the trouble is, it's all very well, all easy to give people a nice mark out of 10 for a username whilst they're here. But I will forget. I'll forget about people. I don't forget about people, but I'll forget their names because of other people coming in. What am I supposed to do about it, eh? Besides just
Do another pause.
ooh. Hey Andrew, I've a spotty botty, can't believe it's not Butty Geek. I wish you wash your smelly hole, says Jimmy Quinn. Pendulous Knocking is a good one. Yes, it is. Carl Davis is here, who says, my favourite name, which makes me chuckle, is Louis Sassol. Oh, Lou Sassol. That is quite good actually. Lou Sassol. But it does take the difference is, I don't know if that's a good one because you have to read it and figure out what it sounds like, rather than you read it and try and make it sound like something that it does sound like. But I do quite like that one. Stephen is Paul Wanky McWankcrack face. Chris Bowen is here. Hello. Thank you for joining me, Chris Bowen. Evening, Mustard. Just watched your last video. Are you considering going back on the road? No, I'm not. I mean, I do consider it all the time. But the trouble is, it's never that easy to do. I know many of you will know that keeping the yard going and keeping income enough there to actually do that and pay some bills as well isn't that easy. And I've had a bit of a constant battle with it. But without that, if I went back to just working full time, the YouTube stuff would be kind of over with, because unlike our friend Boaty, who has a full time job, he doesn't have family and stuff afterwards. All he has is live streams to do, which he spends quite a lot of time doing. The rest of his time can be dedicated to doing this kind of thing. Whereas I can't really just say, well, no, this is more important. So the reason I can do this is then when I'm at home, I can do some editing, but I don't make videos whilst I'm at home. Just do some live streams. And if I could do maybe 2 days a week or something like that, driving, I probably would do it. I probably would, because it would be enough variation on the go, and I always quite like doing it. But they don't want 2 days. They'll say you can go part-time, but they don't give you part-time. And everyone that wants a driver doesn't want 2 days, doesn't want 3 days, they want 6 days. That's really it. They want the waking part of your life there, doing something for them. And I can't really do it and do other things as well. I'm just intrigued because I get lots and lots of emails from them. And it's just the wording. It's just the wording of it. It still just really makes me laugh. The challenge, looking for a new challenge. The whole thing's a challenge, and none of it you really want. Another thing that's a challenge with this Right, I had this booklet for tachograph rules. If you don't know what tachograph is, for driving an HGV, you have to have a digital tachograph these days, where you have a driver card. It looks like a credit card. You put it into the machine, and it records all of your driving hours. It records your speed. It records all sorts of information. It doesn't record where you are, but it's so that you have to be accountable. So you can be accountable for the amount of time you spend driving, because you're not allowed to just spend all day driving. You can have a maximum of 4.5 hours driving, and then you have to stop by law for 45 minutes. And then you can do another 4.5 hours. Even at that, it's quite a lot. So you consider that 4.5 hours of non-stop driving, a break, and then another 4.5 hours of non-stop driving. I think that's quite a lot for anybody really to be able to carry on concentrating with. But the fact that they've had to do that in the first place just shows how some companies will just push you until you're dead, and that's basically it. And that's how it feels. And anyone that's actually done any HGV driving and any experience with that may be familiar with what happens to these things. The old thing used to look like a compact disc, and you put it in the machine and it would record, just have this kind of needle thing that would record everything you're doing. If you go too fast, because at the time they didn't have speed limiters on trucks, you could get 70 out of a 7.5 tonner. If you did that, if you went over time, you took it out, flung it, and said, "Oh, lost it." But with a digital thing, you can't do that. But the point is that they will basically make you work all of those hours, and then when you're on your break, get you to do some loading or something like that. Because they're unscrupulous. Some of them are, anyway. Right, so there we go. There's a little rant on, isn't there? Oh, God, Paul, you. On about being on the road, my medical license forms have come through. Oh, that's what I was going to say about the tachograph. There's this leaflet. Sorry, I got really distracted. There's a leaflet, and there's a picture of a man holding this leaflet, reading it. And, you know, the expression on this man is like that. And I thought, that's exactly what happens. It's like, well, you want me to do what? You seriously expect me to do this? And that's what the man's expression was. And that really tells you all you need to know. Every rover boat he sells... so there's something to sort out over the next 2 weeks, says Barry Scrotter. There is. I'm sure there is. Nice 15-hour days. Don't miss those. I don't miss them either. I don't miss them. They were, you think a driving job is quite an easy job, but it's only easy whilst you're driving. And even then you have to use all of your concentration to make sure you're not crashing rather than driving. Dino Dad is here. Hello, Mustard and Gang. Welcome, Dino Dad. Good to see you here. Willie Van Crag will be on Boaty's live stream tonight if I don't fall asleep, says Plop's Garage. I thought it was Dave Smith. Hi Ross, hi Dee Dee, hi Ross. Excellent, Willie, see you there. Chris Bowen. Ah yes, I see what you mean. They almost try to dress you up for the job opportunity into something spectacular, but in fact you're a slave to their schedule. Okay. I was going to say that, oh, tell me about it, once. It's because it's not just the agencies, it's the people that you work for. Yeah. And the worst ones that you find are the transport managers or sales staff, this kind of thing. Now, if you know where I am, then, or if you don't know where I'm in a place called Rochdale. I used to work from a place called Salford. And Salford to a place called Birmingham took, well, in a car on a clear road at the right time of day, if you're prepared to break the speed limit, an hour, because it's 90 miles away. An hour. Yeah, 90 miles. And I was told by one of the sales staff, oh, could you just pop down to Birmingham with this cable? And I said, well, it's already 4 o'clock. Oh, no, it was 2 o'clock, yeah. And it's already 2 o'clock. Finish at 3. It's supposed to finish at 3. So it's just an hour's overtime then, isn't it? So his idea was it would take an hour to get from Salford to Birmingham at, 3 o'clock. And of course, you've got to load up as well, get all the paperwork sorted out, and all these other kind of things. So you could do it in an hour in your Lexus, doing 90 miles per hour all the way. But in a 10-ton truck, no, you can't. And that's what I was up against quite a lot. 4.5 hours on the motorway is mind-numbing. It is, and that's why they invented Ken Bruce and Popmaster. 7 a.m. here, just rustling up the troops for eggs for breakfast. Work and school, says Dino Dad. Paper tacos were cool. You throw them away, as you say. Well, cool, but you can see the point there, can't you? I have had, Barry says, I've had 80 out of a 7.5 ton on the way back from Sauber Bridge one night. Well, a lot of them felt quite fast. I couldn't drive all day, says Carl Davis. My arse would go flat and my back would fuse together. In the old days, they wanted no speeding and the lorry back in one piece. They wanted no speeding and the lorry back in one piece. Well, it's the same thing now. They don't want you to speed, but they do want you to get somewhere without it being possible. This is why. Who's seen the Amazon Prime vans? The grey transit vans that you see that are like 6 months old, but absolutely battered to buggery. Every single panel, practically every single van you see that has Amazon Prime written on it has been in a good few accidents. And the reason is agency drivers. Agency drivers, this job needs doing, this needs doing now. All right, how's that possible? How can you get all that lot done in one day? Well, you do it. Just don't damage the van. And that's really it. I mean, you do damage the van, so all right, okay. They have to just accept. Well, maybe everyone that damages a van, they get sacked. But then the high turnover of staff would make people even less likely to want to go there. But that's as a result of the pressure put under the driver to get more work done than that is actually physically possible. If I could travel back 200 years, I would have enjoyed being a bargeman, says Barry. That's true. Yeah. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's true. Staff don't care about where they send you, says Barry. Dino Dad says, my old job was in South Wimbledon, delivering and setting up glass display cabinets for the antique exhibition industry. 7.5 ton full to the castles, stately mansions all over the UK and Switzerland. Junction 6, 12, Men 6, Junction 12. Is that the time of the day? I used to live on Merton High Street. Our paths may have crossed back in the day. Oh, Billy Ballbag is here. Billy Ballbag. Evening, Billy Ballbag. Thank you for joining me. It's almost like a Plop's Garage name, that. I'm from the fish I'm from the UK. Oh, Dino. I'm the fish from your tank. It's so boring in here. Well, at least you've got a decent internet connection, okay? Billy Ballback, if I could go back, Billy Ballback says, if I could go back 200 years, I would finger boat his. Yeah, okay. Is that Smelly Dino? Do you know the price in? Do you know the price of Wales pub? Billy Ballbag says, "Well, hello there, Barry." Billy Ballbag hilarious. Very discreet smells. Time to have a look. Time to have a stir. I did actually put quite a lot of water in this, and that means it can simmer for quite a long time without anything untoward happening. Doesn't it? Very runny gravy at the moment. Look at that. Very, it's like soup. It is a soup. It's a curry soup. Should I be ready to give it a little taste just to see whether it's anything like what I want it to be, even if it's a slightly watered down version? Well, I'm going to anyway. That's what's going to happen. You're just going to have to accept it. Oh, that's spicy. That's very spicy. Very hot, very gingery. And I reckon probably just right. I like it. I like it spicy. Oh, now we seem to have 28 people here as well at the moment, which is nice. We've got 28 people in. I need to make sure that I try and keep 28 people in. How's that happen though? Is there a lot more new accounts that popped up from somewhere? Or have we genuinely broken back? 29 people. Have we genuinely broken back into the... Oh, who does that belong to? Dino, please accept the gift of fart from your host, Mustard. That's just for you, and I hope you do with it what you should, which is smell it. Yeah, smell it. Very discreet smells. Oh no, we need a kitchen tour. No, we don't need a kitchen tour because this side of the kitchen's the bit that you see. The other side's just a wall and some washing. You should never see other people's washing. It's bad enough when you see it on a line, but in the house. Oh yes, what's in the pan? Well, as you've seen now, some very spicy curry. Spicy with no tomato. Oh, this is difficult. We have a Dino. Matthew says, hi. Hello, Matthew. Thanks for joining in the stream. And we're still on 27 people, so if anybody new is here, please do feel free to correct me on my ability to speak. And like the live stream and subscribe to the channel. Poor Jeremy Mann. Why did you cook last night? Jeremy Mann. Still laughing at Billy Bag. No, I used to drink in the high street pubs. Dino Dad copied me name. Says Dino or Dino. Is that Dino Dad or Dino? Oh, is Dino Dad your? Is Dino your dad? Dino. Show us your fridge. I'll tell you what I might do. I might take a picture of the fridge later on and put that on the community chat wall thing to tease you all as to what might be going on the other side of the room. I'm adopted. I have liked with both my channels, so you get 2 likes from the lemon tonight, so that is rather lovely of you. Thank you very much. I mean, I'd like hundreds of likes, but that's never going to happen, is it? Not unless hundreds of people turn up, and that's probably never going to happen. Glad you said fridge. Oh, right, I see. Clip, says Andrew Buttigieg. I'm running out of room for my farts list paper here. Been so much bottom activity tonight. There's not. There's only been three I think tonight, and one pretend one for the Balti. Let me out. Oh, hang on. Yeah, of course. Dino is actually in the fish tank with the good internet. Did you hear that arsehole talking shit behind your back, Mustard? I farted earlier in the Z4 with the roof down. Even the open planet wouldn't have been clear the cockpit for about 5 minutes. 'Twas eggy, says Carl Davies. That is impressive, actually, because in an open-top car, you can kind of get away with anything like that, can't you? What have we been eating? Probably, well, bitter and peanut butters the night before. Bitter and peanuts the night before. That's the kind of, that's my kind of thing. Not peanuts though, but beer and nuts. Very, very good combination. You should try it if you've not done it yourself. Even I smell Carl's zinger of a fart, says Dino. This stream at the moment. What? Well, I'm looking for something I might have missed. I probably haven't missed anything. Unless we're talking farts. That's basically the whole live stream is just a whole load of fart. That'd be rather nonsense, wouldn't it? Now, I hate to do this whilst I have 26 people watching, but I do. I need to go for a wee. Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Yeah? Well, I'll get rid of a few people by wandering off to the toilet. Yeah, now that would have been definitely rather unprofessional thing to do, wouldn't it? Now, why isn't this should be thinning down a little bit by now. I want to actually get this ready to go inside the meaty stuff, so I can use, I've got another pan to do the rice with, but I'd rather just use this one. I don't see the point in getting another pan dirty. Let's get the meat back out of the oven. How quickly I corrected that, just in case. I wanted actually by now to be tipping this sauce into here. It's not really ready. And then very well. Oh gosh, it's oh, look at the time. 25 past 10. The usual thing. If I can cut the meat up with a spoon, it's ready. It's ready. Okay, let's say that is definitely ready. Oh gosh, yes, that is really soft. That's fantastic. Jolly good indeed. And then what we'll do is simply tip in the sauce. Well, that's about right, actually. Maybe I've timed this just right after all. So that's the curry sauce is still quite runny. That will do. Right, okay, so I'll bung that back into the oven. And then going to do some rice. Oh, I haven't got much rice left. That's not very well prepared at all. Look. Thought there'd be loads. I'm slightly tempted tonight to not even bother rinsing it too much, because the rinsing thing is more about getting rid of the starch out of the rice than cleaning it. So just give you one quick rinse like that. What a silly, rather terrible error I've made there. A terrible error indeed of running out of rice. It should never be done. So the rice being on there, as soon as that rice comes to no, not the boil. You get it up to temperature, so the water's starting to boil. Then put it on the simmer for 10 minutes. At that point, I shall start doing the stir fry bit as well. But that could be, well, it's going to be 10 minutes off basically. It's plenty of time to do something else. Such as, read some comments out. Which means going back over here. Which means going back over here. What was I saying before about having the big tripod? Yeah, if I had the big tripod set up so that was basically kind of like that far away, I could have it set up in a part of the room where you could see me here or see me over there as well. and you'd be able to see the cooking going on. Obviously, not in any great detail. But I think that might be better because what this is just one of those small tripods that is really not very good with the light ring around it, which is quite good. But it's very cheap. Oh. There's quite a few comments then, of course, to read out. I farted a joke which started the whole life, which caused the whole world sniffing. Fishy is unimpressed. Barry Squatter. Oh, I'm in the wrong place again slightly, aren't I? See, this is the thing. I could do it in one place without have to keep moving around. Barry Squatter says, out of the oven. Look at your face when you said that. Yes. Press close to the vibrating hole. Set me free, it smells like dog manure in here, says Dino. I've said it before that we ever had I've said it before. If we have closed whatever radios to contact each other, it's amazing how good a fart sounds on a radio. Just my dog is here. Mustard last. Oh, right, here we go. It sounds a bit Tyler Kennedy, doesn't it? Mustard last spotted outside Rochdale Town Hall playing the kazoo wearing a mankini. Oh, right, there we go. Where's the lid? There it is. So that is, rice will be cooked now until 22:11. That's when I should start doing Mr. Fry. Let's get the meat back out. Excuse me. Can you give me some food, please? Says Dino Dino. Or Dino Dino. You had some earlier on, you naughty, greedy fishes. Yes, you did. You had a whole spoonful and you don't need any more. Okay? Oh, you're wearing a young boy's t-shirt again. Well, it is now, but it wasn't before. It's just it was the right size, and then it's been washed and gone in the dryer, and you know they shouldn't really go in the dryer, should they? I was always going to shrink them. What I have to do is what I have to do is I put it on it. Oh, sorry about that. Oh. To do is put it on, stretch it like that, and then hopefully that'll get it back to the right kind of size again. But it didn't work that time, did it? Here's Dad. Oh, Ryan's is my dog. He probably fries the goldfish in the fish tank, says the unstoppable one. No, you can't fry them in the fish tank. It's water. You can't fry anything in water. Is that Mike making it ride up? Only a little bit. It does seem to fry my mates. Can we see your belly? Right, sorry about that. Sorry. Sick. I would like a closer look at your cat's eye, says Emma Lemon. Is that a euphemism, or are you talking about the actual plants on the windowsill? Just my dog. Putty cat is here better quietly, otherwise it'd be downstairs. Why did the beauty company add rice to their face masks to make it easy to peel off? Look, it's me, says Dino. Gives a look. No, thank you. I did. And you can't cook your fish in the fish tank. That heater's just not really powerful enough. Unstoppable one. What did the rice farmer say as he was working in the fields? No pain, no grain. Very nice. Only when it's cold. If you could choose just one condiment to put inside your belly button, which one would it be? Marmite. That's not a condiment though, is it? No, so I can't. Let's have brown sauce then. Condiments aren't in order. A Babel for hunger-related emergencies. Read belly button. All right. Okay. I never know with some of you ladies though. Eat your greens, says Unstoppable One. I haven't got any greens. I've got 2 green bottles over there, but I'm not going to eat those. Mustard, where are the founder members of the Putty Cat fan club? They are upstairs where they belong. Mustard's boyfriend says, why have you been ignoring my messages? Oh, I'm sorry, Chesney, but the fact is, I think you're just a bit needy. And I don't want to say this kind of thing on air during a live stream, but you know, it scares me. I find myself thinking there's too many messages, and if you message maybe 3 or 4 times a day, I would think that's quite a bit. I mean, 3 or 4 times a day is enough if you're in conversation, but when you message me and I don't get a chance to message back, and you message again and you message again, well, Chesney, I'm afraid it's just too much. That's really it. There are men out there that would be really, really interested in that level of intensity in a relationship with a beardy man, but I'm afraid it's just not me. Sorry, mate. Yeah, Jeff off. Emma Lemonade, do you have lemons? Says Dino Dino. I'm Mustard's boyfriend. You catfishing melt. Mustard, how many beers did you consume this weekend? Asks Putty Cat. Quite a few on Friday, that's for sure. Quite a few on Friday. Yeah, but they were all sessionable beers, so they don't count. I have a pair of very juicy, squeezy lemons. Thank you very much, says Emma Lemon. Interesting. Chesney, you're my favourite waster of time, says the Greenwood. Mustard's boyfriend says, you missed your game of hemorrhoid hunters. Well, yeah, but I've got a new regime for that now, so I'm not really too worried. But the rant at the moment, Unstoppable One, they're upstairs playing, I think they're playing Connect 4, by the sounds of it. They won't play it properly. They'll make their own game up out of it rather than just do it as you should do. Why haven't you been returning my calls, says Dino Dad. Right. Owen Paul. Right. Emma Lemon, how inappropriate. Those little bottles of lager are good value for money, to be fair. That's what I think so, too. And they're not that disgusting that I wouldn't have another one if I had one. But I haven't, so I can't. Where's the lemon all alone at the party? Why was the lemon all alone at the party? It had a sour attitude. Okay, everyone under 18, shut off. Mustard's boyfriend says, no more tug time for you, Mustard. Oh dear. That's fine. That's okay. Breakfast done. Do you call it French toast or eggs bread? Asks Dino Dad. I don't call it either. It's okay if the girls have appeared. I would delete anything inappropriate. Well, they've been told to stay upstairs tonight. I'm surprised, actually, they haven't just tried sneaking down again. John, what was your opinion on the Tommy Robinson march in London on Saturday? What was my opinion? Well, I'm not sure it was, but what it is now might be more relevant. But the actual fact is, Tommy Robinson, that's a familiar sounding name. It's the name of somebody that, as I remember, isn't somebody I actually agree with. But is it the same person? Glad to hear you had a good Friday night. I did, Barry. Paul I, says Mighty Quinn. Puddycat, your jokes are horrendous. Throw me down. Made me throw up my fish food. Puddycat says, Mustard, are you upset that the Tyson fight has been postponed? Nope, I couldn't really give a hoot. Uh-oh. I couldn't really give a hoot. Fair enough. That's what I just said. As I just said that, so I was reading off somebody else's. And now Neil Gibbons, also known as the Gibbonator, is here. Greetings from Palma. Just landed. Neil's on holiday. He's on holiday and he's coming to the live stream. And Neil's on holiday. But Mustard Boyfriend says, I've been having an affair with Barry anyway, so we're over. No, we're not. No, I call the shots here. I decide that you're too clingy. And Barry won't put up with you for long anyway. I thought you were heading the sand lefty. Shame. I thought you were heading the sand lefty. Shame. No. To be extreme, anything is heading the sand, isn't it? Hi Neil. Hello Neil. I'm sending you an email. Just you ignore me, bitch. Puddycat, they heard my name. Yes, they did. Yeah, you just heard them shouting, yeah. What does Popeye use as lubricant? Olive oil. Hi Neil, can you take me out of the kettle, please? Jacob B is here and says hello, Neil. Barry told me he loves me. Mustard's boyfriend. Go on, lad. Them fish look well good. Hey Neil, Mustard's boyfriend, do you remember what else I said? Well, it's my pride. Right. Okay, right. Better go back to June. Oh, shit. I've done it again. Why didn't somebody remind me? That ever so slightly left it right on too long. Just going on too much there. Yeah, it's just about sticking to the bottom of the pan. That'll be fine. Let's not worry about it. Now, I'm going to be awfully rude, and tell you that actually this live stream will be over with in 10 minutes. And that is because I'm going to dish this food up. And I'm not going to eat it alone. So I'm going to dish it up and then go. What am I doing next? Oh yeah, the stir fry. But that's not going to take 10 minutes either, is it? That's the trouble. Oh, I've got the wrong one then. This is going to consist of just these noodles, and this, which I'm going to taste and tell you whether it's good enough. Because I suspect it won't be. Let's go back a bit more butter in the pan, in the frying pan, of course. Now, do you know what? Summer is great for using proper butter, except it's great that it spreads easier, but it's where you do need a proper butter dish, because you just end up with butter smeared everywhere, and that's not a good idea, is it? Right. My original idea for buying something like this was, well, the original idea was because I wanted something to eat and I couldn't really be bothered to make it, was to have something that I thought, well, I'll have a look at the ingredients on the back of it, and if I really like it, I can try and replicate it somewhat. But actually, you do better by just thinking about the things that you want it to taste like and figuring it out. I have just got this thing is properly in the way. How close does this look to my head? Well, it's as close as you think. This should be up there. If it was up there, that would actually be of some use. But I have clunked my head on this a few times. Anybody else new in at the moment? We're going on honeymoon to Nigeria. Right, so forgive me for not reading any more comments out now because we have got to that point. Yeah, got 5 minutes and this is going to be ready to eat. Would you like a picture of it afterwards? And I serve it up. Would you like to see what it looks like on the plate? Would you like me to rate my plate? Would you like me to tell you how good it actually was? It's a bit difficult to do that unless I'm actually eating it in the live stream, isn't it? I suppose had I been a bit better prepared, I would have even had something else to go with these noodles in there, but really overdo it with flavours here. Oh, that's all right. Yeah, I like that. Peas. This noodles and sweet and sour sauce just looks to me like spaghetti out of a tin. So hopefully it'll taste nothing like that and be something rather pleasant. But a few peas in there might at least make it look like it's something other than bollocks. What am I doing? Don't be so clumsy. Right then, I'm going to start dishing this up. So I'm going to just say thank you very much to everyone for joining me tonight. Whilst I put a few things away. Yes, thank you very much for everyone who's joined me tonight. Thank you very much. Oh, Bolt is live at 11 as well, so yeah, gosh, consider this a bit fun. I might see you over there a bit later on, but I've got eating and stuff to do to start with. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for liking. Thank you very much for subscribing. And a very big thank you to the Greenwood for the moderation tonight. I shall see you in the next one. Bye-bye.